We ready?
Okay, great. Good evening, everybody. Today is Monday, February 3rd, 2025. It's approximately 6 p.m. We're here for case number 9743. My name is Christine Burke. I'm a public utility law judge with the Maryland Public Service Commission. I'm the judge hearing this case. We're here tonight at the Town Hall building in Upper Marlboro to conduct a public comment hearing. The case is captioned Croom Road Solar LLC's application for a certificate of public convenience and necessity to construct a 5-megawatt solar photovoltaic generating facility in Prince George's County, Maryland. The project is a community solar energy generating project, which is proposed to be located on 25 acres of a 40-acre parcel located at the intersection, near the intersection of Croom Road and Route 301 Crane Highway in Upper Marlboro. The purpose of tonight's hearing is to take comments from members of the public about the proposed project and to hear the recommendations of all the parties. The application and all documents that have been filed in the case are available online. They are also available at the Prince George's County Planning Department, County Administration Office at 1616 McCormick Drive, Largo, Maryland 20774. The online access for all of the documents that have been filed in the case is available at the Maryland Public Service Commission's website. That website is www.psc.state.md.us. I am going to share my screen and try to demonstrate, but it's not there. So. One moment. Good evening. Good evening. Are you here to speak tonight?
No.
Okay, just to listen. Okay. Okay, in order to access the documents online, that is the Public Service Commission's website, which is up on that screen so that everyone can see it. You would click on the case mail log portal, which is right here, the blue square. If you click that up on the search bar, you would type number 9743 and click search. And that gives you all of the documents that have been filed so far in this case from all of the parties, and you can scroll through. And to access any of those documents, you would click on the left-hand side on the docket number, and that will open any of the documents that have been filed. So if you click on there, you'll be able to see, you can either click on them to view them or download and print them out. It's up to you, but everything that is located there. To file a public comment in the case, if you were not here tonight to file public comment, public comments will be accepted through February 7th, which is Friday. You would go on the tools section, which is about halfway down the page, which is I'm scrolling right here, where it says make a public comment, and click on that link. And there are instructions there on how to file a public comment in the case. Public comments can be submitted electronically. The instructions are there. There is a one-time registration. And it's important to include the case number, which is 9743, so that it goes into the correct docket. Underneath that is instructions on where to submit written comments. Those have to be addressed to Jamie Bergen, the Chief Clerk of the Maryland Public Service Commission at 6 St. Paul Street, 16th floor, Baltimore, Maryland, 21202. Again, the docket number is case number 9743. It's extremely important that that's included so that the comments are placed in the correct docket. All comments that are made are considered by me when I make my decision in the case, both oral comments that are made here tonight and anything that's submitted in writing. As far as where this case stands, all of the parties had filed testimony and stated their positions with regard to the proposed project. Tonight is the second public comment hearing. There was an initial public comment hearing back in May. And at this time, there is an evidentiary hearing scheduled for February the 18th at 10 a.m. at the offices of the Public Service Commission in Baltimore. That's if the parties agree to settle the case. If the parties do not agree to settle, there will be additional dates scheduled for a contested hearing. Before we begin to take any comments on the case, the parties that are here tonight are going to briefly, the applicant's going to make a presentation about the project. And then the other parties that are representing in the case are going to state their positions for the record. So if we could just begin with the applicant and here.
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you everyone for being here this evening. My name is Colleen Collins. I'm with the law firm Gordon Feinblatt, representing the applicant in this project, Croom Solar LLC. With me tonight is my colleague, Mr. David Bugelmans, and a representative of the developer, Mr. Wade Collinson, who will give a brief presentation about the project. Thank you, and I'll hand it over to Mr. Collinson.
Good evening, Your Honor. Good evening, members of staff, anyone who may be online. I'm Wade Collinson with Renewable Properties. Also work with Trey Pippin, Clarence Pippin, who's the owner of Renewable Properties. He unfortunately had the flu and could not be here this evening and did not want to bring that in to, infect everyone with everything that's going around. So I'm here on Trey's behalf. Just would like to introduce the project and tell you a little bit about Renewable Properties. So as it states here, it is the Croom Solar Facility, and we can move on to the next slide. Renewable Properties was founded in 2009 by Clarence Pippin. He is still the owner of Renewable Properties. He's developed over $70 million, in projects throughout the country. Currently has over $100 million worth of projects in Maryland alone. He develops and owns and operates projects in Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama, Virginia, Maryland. And we've done several sites here in Prince George's County. For the project partners on this project, we're working with Charles P. Johnson, CPJ and Associates for the site and civil engineering work. As Colleen stated, Gordon Feinblatt is representing the project through the Public Service Commission process. We worked with H&B Solutions through the Certificate of Public Convenience and Necessity application process and permit. ESA Renewables helps with our solar array design, electrical engineering. McNamee Hosey is our advisors for the local approval process. The attorneys represents there. ECS Mid-Atlantic completed all environmental work related to contamination on the site. As we'll talk a little bit in the coming slide, this was a former sand and gravel site that was not permitted and needed some remediation. So we worked with ECS to go through the contamination process and making sure we address those concerns. We also have Hillis Carnes completing geotechnical work on the site. So a little bit about this site. We are located probably 10 minutes south of here, just off of Route 301 at the intersection of Croom Road. It's a 40-acre site, and we are going to be co-locating two systems, a 2.9 megawatt and 2.1 megawatt AC system. The system itself comprises around 25 acres of the property, and it's situated internal to the property, surrounded by trees and buffers. So we have good visual screening on the property. We did go through an exhaustive effort with H&B Solutions as well as local engineering firms to identify natural resources on site, preserve as many natural resources as we could on site. And so the solar array itself is very visibly screened, and we met with staff on site to walk the site and gather any feedback as we were going through design. So as stated before, it's a 2.9 and 2.1 co-located fixed tilt design on approximately 25 acres. This site was a previous mining site and brownfield site as identified by COMAR. And Prince George's County has a priority, a hierarchy of where they would like to locate these sites, brownfields being at the top of the hierarchy. So we did identify this on brownfield former mining site map that was provided by Prince George's County. We worked with ECS to address and inspect the site where they did find some possible contaminants. We went through remediation of those contaminants and have since obtained the no further action requirements determination from MDE through the voluntary cleanup program. Most of the surrounding properties are commercial in nature, and we are working to provide screening to all surrounding properties. And As I stated before, the environmental field work has been completed. We have gone through Prince George's County and gotten an approved natural resources inventory, where we have taken document of all of the natural resources on property, and we will continue to work through local approvals as we progress through the county process. Thank you.
These are people who've been needing work too, so. Are you here for public comment? Yeah. Sorry.
I wonder, can we prop the, good evening. It won't let us prop the door
I
open.
can stand out there.
Yeah, just so, I don't want anyone to be turned away. Good evening, ma'am. Did you want to speak this evening with respect to the project? Okay, well, the developer just presented the project. If there'll be an opportunity for you to speak. The other parties that are here tonight, the applicant just spoke about a little bit about to introduce the project. The other parties that are here tonight are going to introduce themselves and give what their recommendations are. All the parties have made recommendations and filed testimony already in the case. For the power plant research program, could you please stand and introduce yourself? Thank you.
Good evening, Your Honor. My name is Supida Pipal. It is spelled Supida Pidawkhow. And I am the project manager for the state's review of the solar project. My agency, the Power Plant Research Program, is part of the Maryland Department of Natural Resources, and we coordinate an independent review of the CPCN application for the reviewing state agencies, which include Departments of Natural Resources, Environment, Agriculture, Transportation, Planning, Commerce, and the Maryland Energy Administration. Once the state reviews is complete, the secretaries of DNR and MDE make a recommendation to the Public Service Commission as to whether the CPCN should be granted or denied. If the state recommends approval, PPRP submits recommended licensing condition to the PSC for their consideration. For this case, the secretaries of DNR and MDE are recommending approval of the CPCN with the incorporation of the recommended licensing condition that PPRP has submitted for the PSC's review. PPRP filed its direct testimony and exhibit for this case on January 28, 2025 under mail log number 315182, with the public versions being available online on the PSC website under PSC case number 9743. And the matter is now set for an evidentiary hearing on February 18, 2025. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And for the Office of People's Counsel.
Good evening, Your Honor. Good evening, everybody. It's good to see you. My name is Isaac Lindenbaum. I'm an attorney on behalf of the Maryland Office of People's Counsel. The Office of People's Counsel represents the interests of Maryland's residential ratepayers in proceedings before the Public Service Commission. In this case, our office has not filed substantive testimony, and our position is unopposed to the project. And we are here tonight to hear any comments the public might have, so we can consider them as we finalize our position. Thank you.
Thank you. And for the technical staff of the commission.
Good evening, Your Honor. I'm Jennifer Purvis, Assistant Staff Counsel, appearing on behalf of the staff of the Public Service Commission. My role as staff counsel in these hearings is to represent the analysts and technical staff of the commission in their review of a CPCN application. Staff is a participant by statute in all commission proceedings, and staff's primary task is to give expert testimony on the effect, if any, of the proposed project on the safety and reliability of the electric grid. Staff filed testimony in support of this CPCN application in this case and recommended some minor administrative conditions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. With that, we can begin to take comments. I just want to brief reminder that my role is to listen to the public comments. They will be considered when I issue my order. I can't answer specific questions because I'm the person deciding the case. If you do have specific questions, I encourage you to wait till the end of the hearing. And once we go off the record, the parties that have introduced themselves are available and will be here after the end of the hearing to answer any specific questions if you have them. Okay? So if we can begin with Ms. Velka. Okay, is there anyone else that wishes to comment on the project? This is your opportunity to do so, so I think the floor is yours.
Questions?
Okay, were you here in order to speak in favor of or opposed to the project, or were you here more to? Okay.
Information about what's coming up.
Okay. Okay, is there anyone here that wishes to offer comment on the project, either in favor of or against the project?
So I'm like Ms. Graham, to get a project.
Can we get your name for the record, please?
My name is Delicia Barnett, D as in David, ELICIA. My last name is Barnett, BARNETT. I'm the president of the North Clinton Citizens Association.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Like Ms. Brown stated, we do have a solar farm that's in our community that we want to aware about. So I guess for me, as well, is to find out information about the farms, but I do have questions. More so than comments, because I want to learn about the process and how this works.
Okay. Okay. There were several people that signed up online, and I did email a link out, but I do not see any of those people that have joined this evening. For the people, tonight's hearing is being streamed and it's on YouTube on our YouTube channel through the Public Service Commission. I do want to one more time, and because some people came in late, just go over that public comments still can be made through February 7th. Again, they can be filed electronically or written, and that's through the Public Service Commission's website. And I'm going to share again so that I can walk anyone through that, and you can later look at it on YouTube if you need direction. And let me just go back. And okay, this is the Public Service Commission's homepage again. To access any of the documents that have been filed in the case, you'll click on the case mail log portal, which is that blue button on the left-hand side of the page. And then when you hit the search bar at the top of the screen, you'll click number 9, you'll type in 9743, which is tonight, the case number for the case that's here tonight. And you click search. And those are all the documents that have been filed in the case so far. And you just scroll down. And if you click on any of the docket numbers on the left, that will open any of the documents, and you'll be able to view or download or print or see anything that's been filed in the docket so far. And that contains all of the parties' testimony, all of the exhibits, all of the recommendations that have been made so far in the case. Again, that comments can be filed if we go back. Just go over that one more time. That's under the tools section in the middle of the page, about halfway down, where it says make a public comment. It's the second line. You click that link, and that's where the instructions are on how to do that. You can do that electronically. There's a one-time registration fee to do it on the website, or you can send it via first-class mail. And this is the address. It's Jamie Bergen, the Chief Clerk at the Maryland Public Service Commission, 6 St. Paul Street, 16th floor, Baltimore, Maryland. And again, the deadline for written comments will be this Friday, February the 7th. If there's no comments by anybody here else tonight, but questions, I will ask that the parties remain to answer any questions. And we are going to wait about another 10 minutes just in the event that anyone else shows up. And For now, we can go off the record, though. Okay, we're back on the record in case number 9743, which is Croom Road Solar LLC. Its application for a certificate of public convenience and necessity to construct a 5 megawatt solar photovoltaic generating facility in Prince George's County, Maryland. We're here tonight for a public comment hearing. We did go off the record briefly for the applicant to answer questions for the people that are here this evening. If anyone who would like to speak, I'd like to invite you to step up to the microphone, say and spell your name, and then voice whatever comments you have.
My name is Bielka Brown, V as in victory, IELKA Brown. Just having heard all the pieces to the puzzle on the project. It sounds like a very good project. As we evolve into solar energy, it would be a good idea. I don't know whose responsibility it would be to how we can make this more publicly aware. I don't know, a public service announcement, I don't know, through the power company or the state or the county to kind of push this solar farm to the community on how they can benefit. Because as it stands now, there's many in different neighborhoods and a lot of people are not aware of what it is. It just looks, it's not on the site, it's just what is it? What is it for? So if there's a way the state can work with the local power companies to market this idea and the benefits of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, the other thing, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Once the solar panels are up, I understand that this subscription to a third party. How can the customer be notified of that third party or parties that they can subscribe to have to be a part of this solar farm, to take advantage of that savings, or not savings, but just be a part of that or subscribe to the solar farm. If there's a way, I don't know if there should be a list of third-party suppliers, legitimate suppliers, because you know when things come up, you have not so legit people coming around selling things. So if that could be also part of the public service announcement. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Is there anybody else that would like to speak? No? Okay. I thank everybody for being here tonight and participating. It's an important part of the process. Again, written comments are accepted until February 7th. If you're either opposed or in support of, or any comment that you want to make with respect to the project, please go ahead and do so. I gave the instructions multiple times and it's on YouTube if you need to refresh and go back and look again to see how that's done. Thank you very much. You can go off the record.